Hi guys, in this video I will show you how to configure the LoopMeeting app for the first time and set it up and customize it for your needs. So I assume you have configured the application correctly and started it up and have connection to your Exchange environment. So the first time you start it, it will just connect to a random room in your environment. So you have to, of course, set all the details in the application. You do that by pressing the I down in the lower right corner and do settings. And here you have all the details you can set on the panel. What I would do first is to configure what room should this panel be representing. So you can search for a room or you can just select on the list. If you have a large environment, this list will be very long and probably complicated. So do a search by just starting to write the name of the room and then select it. So the room I want to put on this panel is Oslo. And I also would like to maybe change the name that is shown on the panel. Something like this. Maybe. Whatever you would like to write here will be the name that it is shown on the actual panel. The other thing I would like to do is to put my logo onto the panel. And the easiest way to do that is to insert a USB stick and just do the browse. And of course, the USB stick should contain the logo you want to use, and it should be in JPEG or PNG format. So you just choose the logo file you want to use, and remember to press the save because that copies the image over to the panel. And of course, try some different logo formats, sizes, and so on. It will resize, but make sure it's not too small. And also, it looks much more nice if you have a transparent one, so you don't get the white background. Or if you don't have a transparent one, please use a black background. But try whatever you want to do. And you will also want to set the different things that is available in the room. Okay, in this room I have a screen and I have a video conference and I have a whiteboard, and it will fit for 8 persons. I will have the opening hours set to 7 o'clock in the morning. Sorry, to 5 o'clock in the evening. And by setting this, I will disable the screensaver within this time. And it's important to set this correctly, so you don't get the screensaver to start off when during business hours. In this case, I will also like to add the possibility for the users to add meetings on the panel. And also, I would like to show other meeting rooms if I use the multi-room button. So, by enabling multi-room, I will just select what other rooms should be shown. And in my case, I have a small environment, so I'll just show them all the rooms. And we're all done. And the other stuff you can set up here is also email address. Oh, sorry. I'm running on an emulator here, so I need to get this at correctly. And by setting this email address, you actually give the opportunity for the users to give feedback on the room if there's something wrong with something of the uh, equipment in the room. So basically now everything is set. I just do the home screen again, and the panel is set. This is my logo down here. This is the name I gave the room. This is the equipment and the size of the room that I gave it. Here I have the multi-room possibility, so I can see other rooms in my environment and the status of the room, and actually also do a booking straight from here by just pushing the button on the room. I can also do a new meeting straight up here, and here is the feedback. If I just push this, I can give feedback by just selecting OK. What do I think there was a problem with, and just report it. So there's 2 clicks to report something, and then the report will be sent to the email address I just configured in the setup. So what would you would like to do next is to 2 things. You would set if you want to have automatic cancels, and by setting this, you have to confirm that a meeting has started within the time frame you set here. Otherwise, the room will be released from your Exchange environment and open for others. And this is a smart thing to do if you have a lot of meetings where the room is booked but no people show up. Especially when some employees they do recurring meeting bookings and they don't show up. But of course, you have to inform very well that this function is set enabled, so people don't forget to confirm that their meeting has started. The other thing you might want to do is to change the language. On the panel, we have a lot of different languages, and we are just adding on as we're moving forward. And I guess you can also set a theme background if you want. By doing the same, just browse and pick a picture. But there, please try out different pictures with different backgrounds. Some backgrounds will look very nice and some don't, depending on colors you use and so on and so on. And if you use a theme background, also do this. So you will get a color header background. I can show you an example of a theme. I think. And it's saved. I'll do the home screen. And now I will actually have to restart the app to make everything look as it should. I'll do just a restart of the app. And by setting a background, you can theme your different rooms with different pictures of whatever is important inside your company, and so on and so on and so on. So here you have a theme with if you're a car dealer or something like that, it would be nice to have something like this. But feel free, just try whatever backgrounds you want to use, or if you don't want to use any backgrounds at all, just remove it and save, and it will be gone. Like this. So the last thing you want to do before you leave it up to your user to use the panels is to set a password for the settings. So the password you will enable here, and it needs 5 digits or letters like this. Of course, choose whatever you want to have as a password and do the finish, and then the home. And now if I try to enter the settings, it will prompt me for a password. And of course that is what you want to do. You don't want your users to be messing up inside the settings. The last thing I want to show you is where you can do some fiddling with the server settings. It's here in the server setup. So here's all the things you entered when you configured the panel for the first time. Here you can do a reset. You can change the username, the password. You can export the settings and so on to copy it to other panels. But I will show you that in another video. Okay, thank you guys and good luck. And thank you for using LoopMeeting.